Hey guys, it's your girl Apple Hagen.
Just wanna have a good night. Hold up, don't know that no. If you broke, then you gotta let it go. You could have anybody, any money. When you a boss, you could do what you want. About to catch another flight.
This is my New Year Better Me video. Now, why I don't essentially believe in this New Year, New Me thing is because I'm constantly changing. Actually, I'm changing constantly throughout a full year. I change every day. I try to change every day. I try to grow and become a better person every day. So I feel like New Year, New Me doesn't justify the fact that I'm consistently always literally trying to become a better version of myself. So y'all, I know y'all used to me sipping on my wine while I'm chit-chatting, chopping it up with y'all, but your girl is back on her detox. So for the purpose of my detox and like how serious I am about my goals right now, I am literally having, this is what I'm gonna personally call a skinny apple martini. Okay, so I might have to get apple slices to add to this drink. But it's literally just fresh lemon over ice and water. So cheers. If you are sipping, take a sip for me. But again, we are 10 toes down on this goal and we're applying full on pressure. So let's get into the 5 tips I have for you guys on how to fully embrace this new year and how to become a better version of yourself for 2024. Let me take a sip before we get fully into it. That's so refreshing. So I have 5 steps for you guys that I have definitely used time and time again. I have recycled. I'm not gonna lie, once you kind of understand what you're doing and what's going on, I want to say like the laws of the universe don't change. So it's the same stuff over and over and over again. It's just it might look a little different during different seasons of your life. Okay? So 5 steps on how to become a better you for this year. So, step number 1, I have clearly outlined your goals and ways you will get to them. So, let's dig into this. This is a big one. This is something actually like if you've ever been in school, it's always been something that at the beginning of the semester, your professors or your teachers try to like, let you know, like this is very, very important. That's why, for example, you have a syllabus at the beginning of the school year. So you understand what are the expectations and how to essentially try to go ahead and get that A, B, or C, or wherever you fall off in those grade brackets. So for me, clearly outlining my goals. I do this more than annually, but you're going to have like, let's say your goals for the month. You'll have your goals for the week. You'll have your goals for the next 3 months, the next 6 months, and the goals for the next year and so forth, so on. So at the beginning of the year, it's definitely a good time to have reflected on the past year, reflected on what you have done, what you've accomplished, what you haven't accomplished, and where you want to go going forward. It's kind of like your GPS, it's like your navigation system. You want to you want to write it down. Okay, every person that I have personally listened to that is very, very successful, no matter the different levels of success, they advise you write it down. If you have not written it down, that means it is not real, it does not exist, and it is not really a goal. For me, I keep a very detailed calendar, and as somebody that's extremely, extremely busy, like I'm always on the run, I always have something else going on, I'm always trying to get into new things. The calendar is something that I definitely have to live by. Even when it comes to my personal life, like, health, fitness, all of that, I write it down. I keep track of my different weight on my calendar. And I keep track of different appointments. I keep track of literally everything on my calendar. Outside of the calendar, I advise you guys get into journaling. Journaling because it allows you to just get out between you, the pen and the paper, where you are right now. Some of the things that you want to accomplish, the things you want to do, how you might be feeling. It's a good check-in with yourself, because not all of the time you should be telling everyone everything. So sometimes when you want to just express yourself, getting a journal is a good place to do it. And what I love personally about the journal, I've been journaling for years. The best thing about it, I feel like, is being able to, as time progresses and goes forward, and you might, let's say it's 6 months or a year later or even 2 years later, you're able to go back to that journal entry. So put dates on your journal entries and read it. And when you read it, it sinks in. It'll hit you pretty hard on where you were versus where you are now. It'll help you identify how far you've come with a lot of different issues, whether you're just dealing with your emotions, you're dealing with stress, you're still dealing with depression, you're overcoming certain situations, whatever it is you might be going through, you're able to look back at it and be like, wow, I felt that. I read a journal entry that I wrote last year, or not even 7 months ago, but I read an entry yesterday that I wrote approximately 7 to 8 months ago. And the journal entry was very, very emotional, along with some poetry that I had written down. And it was breathtaking on how, depressed I was in that situation when I wrote those entries, and the things that I was battling. I had lost people in my life, very close people to me, ending of certain cycles and relationships. It was a very, very difficult time for me, and I was going through a very abrupt and serious transformation in my life, to where I am now. People are always like, you're glowing, you're this, you're that. And, I want to let you guys know, you have to fight for your happiness. You have to fight for your peace of mind. You have to fight for the things that you want. Because just thinking about where I was 7 months ago compared to where I am now, I have fought to be where I am, and I am still fighting. So let's get into number 2. Again, number 1, make sure you write it down, make it real, okay? And outline your goals. Number 2 is hold yourself accountable. So AKA, we're talking about accountability. And this one is so funny to me because I feel like people naturally run from this one. People don't like to say I'm wrong. People don't like to apologize for things that they do. People don't like to acknowledge what they do. I find people to be more problem oriented than solution oriented. So I know this is one that I would assume majority struggle with. Personally, me, I love this one, because it pushes you and forces you to stand on being real. So if being real is something that you struggle with, then taking accountability definitely will be something that you struggle with. But essentially, number 2 is hold yourself accountable as well as the people around you. So when you say you want to accomplish something, right? Going back to goal number 1, when you set out a goal, when you write your goals down and you say, okay, my goal is to lose 5 pounds this week, right? I'm using the weight loss example because there's a lot of people that are on a weight loss journey right now. Shout out to you guys getting fit and getting healthy, right? So you write it down. You say, okay, my goal this week is to lose 5 pounds. Writing it down is not going to make it become your reality. Now it is time to put in the work. Writing it down is just saying to you, okay, this is what we have to do. I basically signed a contract with myself. I'm going to lose 5 pounds this week. Now, what are the goals? That's the goal. Now, how are we going to get there? What are the steps? The steps is I'm going to cut out sugars. I'm going to cut out late night eating. I'm going to eat between this window and this window. Example, I'm going to eat between 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., right? I'm not going to eat after 7 p.m. I want to allow my body to digest this food. I'm not going to eat. I love candy. That's my weakness. I'm going to cut out all candy. I'm not going to eat any candy. I'm not going to eat ice cream. I'm going to cut out anything with saturated fats. I'm going to cut out with anything that are super high in calories. I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to eat my vegetables. I'm going to eat my fruit. I'm going to eat my protein. I'm going to go for a walk every day. I'm going to work out every day, right? These are how you're going to get to that goal. These are the steps, right? Okay, so now we have steps. Now, this is why accountability is so important. We have the full game plan set. we have the goal, we have the steps on how to reach this goal. Now we have to start doing. Right? If you know that I'm busy, my schedule's super busy, you have to hold yourself accountable and find time within that busy schedule to go for that walk every day. You have to find time within that busy schedule to go to the grocery store, to make sure that you have fresh fruit, to make sure that I have the right foods that I need in order to lose this 5 pounds. I have to make sure that I'm not indulging in this candy. Any candy I have in my house, if I feel like it's going to be temptation to me and it's going to cause me to not reach my goal, I'm throwing that candy in the garbage. You know why? I'm not going to allow anything to stand between me and my goals. AKA, I'm not going to allow any excuses from myself to stop me from achieving losing this 5 pounds, right? That's the friend, family member, that's me. I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to achieve this goal and I'm going to follow through with these steps. That is me holding myself accountable. Right? Now, if I'm not doing these things, I have to speak with myself. I have to be like, listen, something's wrong with me. That alarm rings and I don't get up out of bed. I don't go put in the work. I don't do anything that I want to do to get to the place I said I want to be in. That is me having conversations with myself and identifying with myself like, yo, you're part of the issue right now, right? And I want to speak on accountability from people that are around you. When you realize that you have certain goals, you have to make sure that you are not putting yourself in environments nor around people, okay? In environments nor around people that, you know, are not going to be conducive to you reaching these goals. So unfortunately, I can't hang out with my friends that they just want to drink 24/7 when I'm trying to lose weight. You know why? Because alcohol puts weight on you. And alcohol, if I'm drinking, alcohol is not going to give me the willpower to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning and make sure my behind is at the gym putting in the work for the things I said I want. So you have to make sure, like, if one of my favorite fast foods, if Chick-fil-A is one of my favorite fast foods and it's a weakness to me, I can't work at Chick-fil-A. That's not an environment good for me, especially if I don't have the willpower to maneuver through and not get that chicken sandwich, not get them chicken tenders and that fries. Like, you guys get what I'm saying? Like, you have to make sure that the people around you, they're either going to do one or two things. They're either going to push you towards your goal or they're going to pull you away from it. I want you to understand, if you feel like, oh, I have a friend, this person is mutual. They don't push me towards my goal, but they don't pull me away from it. There's no such thing as mutual. If you have a friend that has no impact on your life, they're pulling you further away from your goals. And that's as simple as it gets. Okay, so sorry to tell you guys, like, it's time to just really align yourself with the things that you say you want. It's time to get down and dirty and go for them. Moving along to number 3. Remove yourself from people and situations that no longer serve you, aka cutting ties, letting them go. And you guys are going to see that a lot of these kind of overlap, but they are not the same thing essentially. So cutting ties, let's talk about this one. Cutting ties is not easy, but none of these things are easy. Let's start there. And I'm sure that you guys already know, like, you're going to go through a hard time. It's going to get hard when you want to really, really achieve your goals, right? So as I said, like, just like when it comes to accountability, cutting ties, I mean, I'm not going to answer my phone if I know this conversation isn't going to be productive for me. If it's going to be a productive conversation, I'm not doing it. I've witnessed people before. I've seen it, which is, I find it weird personally, but I see some people, they'll sit on the phone having a conversation for hours and hours and hours. And this conversation is gossipy, is chit-chatty. There's no foundation to the conversation. There's no fundamentals to it. There's no like, okay, how was your day? How's your week going? You know, are you aligning with your goals? Are you getting closer? How do you feel? It's none of that. It's, yo, he said this, she said that. Oh, tell me why so-and-so did this. And I'll be like, let me tell you, that's the quickest way to get rid of me, because I will not be around you anymore. No. I'm done. I'm cutting the tie with you, because that's not energy that I find productive. It's not going to take you anywhere in life being gossipy and chit-chatty. So it's just like, sometimes, you're going to cut ties with people that you really, really love. And it's like, this is where you have to stand on loving yourself more, loving yourself first and foremost, because you will have friendships that, like you might have looked at this person like a sister once upon a time. And to come face to face with the reality that you and your sister are going two different complete paths in life, or she's just developed to be this type of person that, you don't even know who she is anymore. So you have to cut ties with that person. And it's like, it's very, very difficult. It's very difficult. I wouldn't lie to you guys, but you have to find the strength. And a lot of the times you do have to pray on things like that. That's if you believe in God. I definitely do. So it's definitely time where I take and I pray and I'm like, God, give me the strength to maneuver through this situation. Give me the strength to cut ties and leave this person behind. And, I'm going to cut ties with you and I'm going to send you off wishing you the best. Like, I love you from the bottom of my heart, but this is not working. And it won't always be a face-to-face conversation. Sometimes you just won't receive any phone calls from me anymore. Sometimes we won't hang out anymore. It'll be things as simple as that. I got to fall back and I have to do what's best for myself, what's best for my peace of mind. And if it looks like not speaking to you anymore, then that's exactly what I'm going to do. So in this season, I know there's a lot of people that have to cut ties with a lot of things in order to get to that next level in your life. And I do urge you guys, do whatever it is that you need to do. If you have a boyfriend that you feel is not allowing your life to move forward, you gotta let him go. And the crazy thing is, a lot of the times, in your heart, you feel it. There's a gut feeling there. They say your gut will tell you all that you need to know. So if you have that feeling in your gut where it's like sometimes you're woozy or you just don't feel good, you feel like you kind of just got off you're about to get on a roller coaster ride or something like that. Like, it's not right. It's not sitting well with your energy. It's not sitting well with your spirit. Then you need to listen. You need to be obedient and you need to make the changes that you need to make, because until you make those changes, you are not going to see the differences in your life that you really, really want to see. And I don't want to limit number 3, cutting ties, to just people, but it's cutting ties to places and environments and jobs or careers. Sometimes you might find yourself hanging out at this bar and it's your comfort zone. You're super comfortable. You know the people, the bar, the ins and outs, your favorite drink. You'll sit up at the bar. You don't even got to tell the bartender what you want because they know you so well. They're going to bring you your drink. They might know you so well. They'll you got an open tab. Everything is good because they know you. And you might have to cut ties with that location because, key word, you're comfortable. When you are comfortable, you are not growing. So if this is a season where you have decided, I want to see different, I want to do different, I want more for my life, I want to grow, I want to advance, I want that abundance that's meant for me, trust and believe that abundance is not going to come to that bar to find you. That abundance is going to find you when you begin to make sacrifices in your life. And when I say sacrifices, you choose to get uncomfortable. When you have a bad day, you don't go to that bar. You thug it out. You go through that bad day by yourself. You go home, you read, you get on your knees and you pray and you ask God for guidance and strength. You ask God to open up doors that have been closed. You ask God to bring abundance to your doorstep. You get what I'm saying? This is when you're going to start to see differences in your life. But until you are willing to sacrifice, it's not going to happen. It's really not. You're going to stay stagnant and you're going to stay exactly where you are. Cutting ties with jobs. A lot of us have said over and over every year, year after year, I'm unhappy. I'm getting a new job. Okay, you getting a new job. Did you work on your resume? Did you change up your resume? Did you make it better? Did you look for any jobs? Did you decide what type of environment or where you might want to work? Because guess what? They're hiring. But are you looking? A lot of locations are looking for people, but are you looking for new employment? Or are you just going to keep saying, I'm getting out of here, I'm getting a new job, and not putting no work towards it? Not putting no steps or no actions towards what you're saying you want. So cut ties. If it's that workplace that's been making you mad, making you sad, draining you of your energy, work on that resume. Outline, put a day aside, put some time aside, whether it's an hour or two, work on that resume. Take an hour to search the web, start putting it out there in the universe that I'm serious. Hey, so-and-so, do you know anywhere hiring, da-da-da? Do you know of any websites, whatever? Put it out there in the universe so that you can receive a solution to your problem. Right? If that friend that you consistently hang around, they're only bad news. They are bringers of bad news. Anytime you hang out with them, bad news. Cut them off. So let's move on. Step number 4. So step number 4, I have invest in you, right? One of the best investments you make, because you have to pour love into you. It is called self-love for a reason, and I'm gonna tell you this: if you ain't loving on yourself, can't nobody love on you. Okay, so self-love, it looks so many different ways, or invest in self, it's so many different ways, but I want to say it definitely starts with creating healthier habits, and healthier habits start with healthy eating. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, once you start eating better, oh my gosh, your body feels different. You start to feel different. You think different. I used to listen to vegans, and I remember like a lot of people saying when they stop eating meat because of energetic purposes. And I'm like, what is they talking about? You eating a dead plant, right? Ain't the plant dead? And so it's the same thing, no? But then my body naturally started declining meat. And when you are observant to your body and you pay attention to how you feel after a meal, like, let me tell you, you see how you eat some food and you're like, ooh, I got the itis, right? Imagine having the itis and needing to go run a marathon. Imagine having the itis and need to run down a 10-story building. You know that when you have the itis, it puts you in a lethargic type of energy, in a lethargic space. If you know that you are a person that have all this purpose and abundance hanging over your life, it's just you that need to tap in. Why are you going to be sitting here eating meals that's going to have you feeling, talking about some itis, or I got to take a nap? You going to eat and then going to take a nap? That food is not doing you any justice. So I'm very big on eating healthier. Okay, a lot of us are from backgrounds that suffer with high blood pressure, diabetes, and so many different health issues, right? A lot of us know people, personal, family, friends, very, very close to us, that struggle with a lot of health issues. We are getting older. Okay, and I don't even want to say wait till you get older. No, start right now. Start incorporating these healthier decisions now. Like, you don't need to eat mac and cheese every day, baby. That's a once or twice a year thing. It's unnecessary to always be stuffing yourself with these foods that's literally just clogging up your arteries. It's clogging up your pores. It's making you lazy. You know, it's like you got acne and you just keep breaking out. You're not getting no breakthroughs. You just breaking out because of this food. You are what you eat, baby. You are what you eat. You're going to taste like what you eat too. So you need to really get it together and, eat those fruits, eat those vegetables, because those fruits, and this is when I really started eating my fruits and vegetables serious, y'all. I started taking it serious when I started researching the benefits of these fruits and vegetables, because fruits and vegetables don't mean nothing to you until you know that carrots are good for your eyes, until you know that beets help clean out your blood system. Why is cleaning out your bloodstream important, right? Because we collect different metals, the foods and the waters, right? Collects different metals in them. And if you know, we are actually electronic beings. That's why a lot of, the waters they say to drink are full of electrolytes, because we're full of electricity. We are, I think it's 90% water. We're like either 80 or 90% water. Somebody feel free to correct me. It's one of the two. But our bodies are made up of majority of water. So how can we be walking around here dehydrated and filled up with these fatty oils that's clogging up your system? You clogged up, baby. And when you are clogged up physically, trust me, that spirit is going to be clogged up too. Your mind is going to be clogged up too. When I started eating differently, I realized I think better. My thoughts are more freer. I feel good. What? I wake up with energy. Okay, I go to sleep with energy. I wake up with energy. I don't need to sleep as long anymore. I could literally, I'm good off of 4 or 5 hours once I'm eating right. Once I'm working out, I'm good. So when I say invest in you, I mean take some time. It takes time. Just like how you busy pouring yourself into everybody else, what happens to you when you break down? Right? You got to pour into you just as much, if not more, because you know the people around you are going to need you. You need to make sure that you are in tip-top shape. You got to go work out. It's not optional. I want you guys to know that. It's either you start doing it now or you see later why you should have started doing it. And you don't want to be that person that's, oh, I shoulda, coulda, I woulda. It's too late at that point. When you start saying that shoulda, coulda, woulda, just know it's too late. All right? So really wake up and take your health serious. Take your mental health serious, and all of these things intertwine. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot have a awesome fitness life and not work on your mindset and your mentality. You can't have an amazing body. You know, no matter how much surgery, and y'all seeing these people, no matter how much surgery they want to go do and how much money you want to spend on your body, if you are not investing time into your fitness and investing time into your health, that body going to be lopsided real soon. Real lopsided. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all be seeing these booties and then let's get into it. Number 5. All right, and this is the last one. Before I close out, apply pressure. Apply pressure. And when I say apply pressure every single day, when you are tired, and there will be times where you're tired, you're drained, you just feel like you don't have nothing else to give, think about your why. Why am I doing this? Why did I get started? Do I have a little one running around and I got to show them the best version of mommy? Or they need to see the best version of daddy? Or I'm doing this because I'm breaking generational curses? Get up and apply pressure every day. When you're tired and you're like, I can't do this no more. Who told you breaking the generational curse was going to be easy? Did you hear generational? If breaking generational curses was easy, everybody would be doing it. If breaking generational curses was easy, your mama would have did it, your daddy would have did it, your grandma would have did it, your great grandma would have did it. But guess what? It's hard. It's hard real bad. So on those days when you feel like you're at wit's end, what's going to make you get up the next day and keep going? You got to have that why. You got to have that purpose. You got to have that relationship with God. And you got to know we're not taking time off. We're not taking time off. You got to understand, if you work a full-time job, majority of everybody I know right now, right, have full-time jobs. That's 40 hours off rip, assuming you're not doing overtime. And most people I know right now, with the state of the economy and how little your job is paying, you're probably working overtime or you have a second job, right? So that's all this time you're pumping out into a business or a job or a career that's probably not even aligned with your purpose, right? So after I work to pay my necessities, so I'm paying my rent, my mortgage, my light bill, all my bills, making food, make sure food is taken care of, whatever, all the essentials, right? Now I'm tired. Whew. I done work like 60 hours this week. I done work 50 hours this week. I'm beat. My body is tapped. My body aching. I'm drained. I have to find it in me. I'm talking, I have to pull it up out my gut. I got to pull it up out my soul. I got to pull it up from the root. I got to pull it up to go invest some time in myself because I'm tired. So guess what? I'm pulling it from deep, deep down. And I'm looking at that 6-figure me. I'm looking at that millionaire me that I've envisioned, that God gave me the vision for this. So God didn't give me the vision for me to not make it happen. God gave me the vision so I could work at it until I do make it happen. So guess what? I'm not going to invest 8 to 10 hours or 12 hours into a company that's not my company every day and then come home and lay down and say I'm too beat to invest in myself, to invest in my future family, my family now, to break generational curses, to potentially put myself in a situation like these 6-figure earners have, these CEOs have. No, I'm going to come home from work. I'm going to get busy. I'm pulling out that computer. I'm looking at my dream board, my vision board. I'm talking to God. I'm putting in work. I'm making the phone calls. I'm setting up the connections. I'm hustling and I'm bustling. I'm clocking in now for myself. I clocked in 8 o'clock this morning or whatever time you work. I clocked in this morning for somebody else. So that somebody else right now is living their dream life. Because I make sure I show my ass up to work every day. So now I'm about to put this time into me. I'm about to start applying that pressure. I'm pressing gas now. After I done served 10 hours on the clock, I'm about to press gas. I'm about to turn up. I'm about to work on those t-shirt designs I've been said I was going to work on. I'm about to research that job that I'm about to, y'all ain't not even getting 2 weeks out of me. Here go my dream job. They calling me. But guess what? You're not even giving them that opportunity to interview you or to see you because you're not taking that time to get started. You ain't getting off the clock, opening that laptop and getting to work. You're not doing it. You're not creating that content. You just keep sitting on that content because you're scared of what people going to think about you. People going to think regardless. People going to judge you regardless. What do you think about you? How do you feel about you? So this last one, if you didn't take anything else from me, take number 5. Apply pressure. It is that time. It is that season. You are the reason. You don't need another year, another month, another week to come around. Stop saying I'm going to do it next week. Stop saying I'm going to do it tomorrow. Get up and get started today. Get up and get started today. Go take out that gym outfit and lay it on your bed. When you get up in the morning, first thing you're finna do is put it on and go handle business. That's it, straight up. Go apply that pressure. So with that, I'm pretty much done. I hope you could take something from these 5 tips. Let me know which one was your favorite tip. Which one are you working on in this season within your life right now? I truly, truly appreciate you guys for tapping in, supporting me, showing me love.